Yeah, I wanted to make this video. 'Cause I was thinking about this. Um, one of the um things that you deal with out here, besides the everyday crap, is that the law enforcement, the cops here in Southern California, are pretty hardcore, man. They don't f around, and especially in the town that I live in, um, they're they're corrupt. They're very corrupt. It's been known for a very long time. It's not just me, you know, saying this or speculating. This is a known thing, and some cops have been really bad. They're well known. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but and so I I I've been in some situations that I didn't deserve to be in, um, from the law enforcement, and one of them, the situation is, I helped a elderly friend of mine once, um, he's very wealthy, and but he's getting on in years, and but he's still a very viable individual, but he's been my friend for 9, 10 years, okay, and I've never asked him for a thing. He's never um, um, had me, pestering for things or anything like that. Even in my situation, I don't have very much, and I love this man enough and respect him enough that I would never burden him with my problems. Right. So, but as time grew on and over the years, we got to know each other, and he became like a almost like a dad to me, and he decided to help me out in some things that with some bills that I had at one time, and he did, and I was grateful for it, and I paid him back everything I could, and we were square. But a couple years ago, he wanted to ride one time down to a bank in town. I'm not going to name the name of the bank either. In town to check on a safe deposit box that he had. That he told me that he had 35 pounds of silver and a few pieces of gold that were inside this safe deposit box, and that there were only two people that had access to it, and that would be him and his younger sister, who was kind of the executor of his estate at this point, because as he was getting older, his faculties were starting to diminish, and so this was a preventative measure, I guess, put in there. But long story short, he asked me for a ride down to the bank that day, so that way he could take a look and see if his silver was still there, because his sister apparently had access to this too, and he was afraid that she was actually dipping into it, taking from it. And so I told him, yes, I'll give you a ride down there. As a matter of fact, we can go down there and we'll take my camera and my phone, and we'll take pictures of everything you have, so that way you'll have a photo record of everything that's in there, and you'll have it forever, so you'll know if anything's missing from here on out, And he was like, oh, that would be wonderful, because he didn't have access to technology. He never had a phone or anything like that in his life, a hand phone like this. Well, so anyway, I went down with him, and we had both had to sign in. I had to put my thumbprint on a little sensor, and I had to give my ID, and he did too. And they took us into the back, behind the uh, in the back of the bank there, kind of into a little private room there, and a gentleman from the bank walked in with a safe deposit box, and he placed it on the table in front of me and my friend, and he exited the little cube. Well, my buddy began to open up the box and take out the silver, and from his statement, he said that everything was there, everything was there, and he was grateful for it. And so he pulled everything out, and I took photographs of everything for him, and then he strategically put it all back to get 35 pounds of silver and a few pieces of gold to fit all back in this box. So he rang the buzzer, and the gentleman came back in, take the box and put it back where in the vault, wherever it goes in. We would exit that part of the bank. Well, as after we did that, I walked out of that back part of the bank to the main lobby in front, where there was, there's chairs. There was some reclining chairs and chairs there for customers to sit in while they're waiting for their bank business. And so while Earl walked with the gentleman back to the vault to put his safe deposit box back away, I sat in the lobby of the main bank right there in the center of the bank for like 3 or 4 minutes waiting for my friend to finish up his business so we could leave. And which time he did, he told me he's done, and we both walked out of the bank. We got in my vehicle and we drove back home. Well, the following day, I was at a little store next to where I lived at the time, and talking to a friend, and all of a sudden, a whole bunch of cops rolled up on us, and they arrested me. Because they said that I had taken all 35 pounds of that silver out of my buddy's safe deposit box yesterday, the day before. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, you've got to be out of your mind. I go get the bank footage, go get the video footage, and you clearly see that I didn't take a thing out of that bank and nothing like that. My friend was with me the whole time. He was there. Okay, I had to sign in with my ID and my thumbprint. What makes you think? How would I walk out with 35 pounds of silver without nobody understand? With the guy that owns it with me, I'm giving him a ride there and back. It don't make sense, okay? But they charged me with this. They charged me with this. I went to jail overnight. I had to bail out. Then I thought, fight this, right? And I got an attorney. And the bank could not, this is a big bank too, a well-known big bank, okay? And they could not come up with the video footage. And this is the main branch of this big bank too, okay? With major cameras everywhere, high-def cameras. But they, the whole time, kept hemming and hawing and delaying getting that footage for us, of me and my partner going into the bank and leaving the bank, and the footage from the camera above us inside that little cube where we looked at the safe deposit box. Everything was under camera, everything. Well, without even looking, they didn't even look at any cameras. They didn't look at any videos. All they went is when somebody reported to them that I was with him when he viewed his box yesterday, so therefore I must be the guy that took everything from this box. Well, the real problem here is this: nothing was missing from that box, ever, never was missing. So I was being charged with a crime that didn't even happen. So when I got out of jail the next day, I was told not to contact Earl. I was told not to contact my friend. Okay, I was told not to contact him. Why? Why can't I've never harmed him. I never did a thing to him, right? And I'm, he doesn't want me not contacting him. He's my friend, and he calls me 40 times a day. Okay, so why would I not be able to contact my friend? Well, they said that because they thought I was taking advantage of him. I'm like, oh my God, okay, whatever. So after I got it, that day I got out of jail, you think I cared? I went straight to Earl, my buddy, and I went straight to him, and I told him, I said, hey, bud, we got a problem. Can you go call the bank and find out if any of that stuff's missing from your safe deposit box? And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, I just got out of jail, my friend, because I'm being charged with the theft of all your silver from your safe deposit box. It's all 35 pounds. And he said, what? He was dumbfounded. He's like, there's no way. I go, exactly. I understand that, but can we do this? Can we check? Because I need to get this fixed, right? Well, he went to the bank on his own. He took a Uber to the bank because I couldn't go with him. I didn't want to be part of it. He went to the bank with an Uber, and he went down the very next day, went in the safe deposit box and told me that there's not a damn thing missing. Nothing was missing. So how could I be charged with this crime? How could I be charged with elder abuse and theft of an elder if there's nothing missing from this box? Well, that's because the cops never even went to look at the box. They never even went to look. They never even looked in that box to see whether or not anything was taken. And nothing was. That's one thing I'm not as a thief, ever. And I'll tell you what, that broke my heart. That hurt me so bad. Because I love elderly people. I respect them very much. I respect my elders. And I protect them as much as I can. And for me to be accused of something that heinous just breaks my heart. Because I would never in a billion years harm an elderly person in any way, shape, or form. Ever. And so, after months and months of trying to fight this, They couldn't come up with the footage from the bank to prove my innocence, right? Well, even after Earl, my friend, went down to the bank, went down to the police department, went to the DA, and said, "There's nothing missing from my safe deposit box. Why are you charging my friend with this crime?" They still haven't withdrawn the charges. So finally, my attorney, after subpoenaing the bank several times, finally got the footage of me and Earl in the bank. Guess what? Not one bit of evidence anywhere showing me taking anything of any kind. It's absolutely clearly, unequivocally clear that I have done nothing wrong. But yet I'm facing 2 felonies right now. So my attorney gets it dismissed. Eventually, they decide to dismiss this for me. After 5 months of my life, up in turmoil, out on bail. So basically, I was out on felony bail for 5 months, which meant that I could get caught up for something else, or I could have had, all sorts of problems with that, right? For no reason, because I did nothing wrong, committed no crime whatsoever. And so here it is. They dismissed the case against me. At the same time, try to tell me that I can't talk to my friend, even though there's no case against me anymore. They dismissed it. And I've never harmed him. There's been no harm, no foul. And they still say that I can't talk to him. Ending my friendship with him, basically. And nothing was done. Nothing was wrong. Nothing was taken from him. Nothing. Not a thing. And then I find out a friend of mine that needed some work. It's a house cleaner, a female friend of mine. I introduced to my friend because he needed a house cleaning bad. And she went over there and did it. But what she didn't tell me was that she also had a friend of hers come and help her. Someone that I didn't know, someone that I had no idea that was even going to be there. And apparently, she stole most of my friend's silver, that what he had in the house, what he had brought back into the house. And I was just beside myself because I'm just like, wow, I can't win for losing in this, man. I'm trying to help my friend here and here. So I've had some really bad things happen to me that weren't my fault, that I didn't do, and that's really hard thing to swallow, because like I said, I'm a good person. I don't harm no one. I won't steal from anybody. I won't lie to you, and I will never con you. And I am not out to hurt you or take your girlfriend or anything like that. That's not me. And so for this to come on in my life at this time in my life, I was devastated. It was just another notch on this ladder of despair that I've been on, man. And I'm still, I still haven't really got over that, because I lost so much over that arrest for no reason, and another arrest on my record. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous, because I'm not a bad person, and I've never been to prison or anything like that, and I don't deserve anything like that. So it's one of those things that happens, see. So be careful, man. You never know. You never know. Thanks for watching, man. Have a good day.